Hello and welcome to Empire of Wargames. My name is ePlash and today we'll take a look at the two recent releases from Games Workshop, namely The Chosen of Mortarion and the Heroes of the Chapter. We will discuss if these boxes are worth the price and why these boxes sparked the anger of a lot of 40k players, collectors and painters. Stay tuned. Alright, let's start with the Chosen of Mortarion box and see what the box is getting you. First up, the box's price is £37.5, 50 euros or $60. And that money is getting you one Noxious Blightbringer, one Malignant Plaguecaster, and one Plague Marine Champion. Let's break this down a little bit and see why everyone is so angry about this box and this price in specific. There are several reasons that also apply to the Heroes of the Chapter box. Number one, the Chosen of Mortarion box and the Heroes of the Chapter box cost close to half of the Dark Imperium box. And compared to what you've gotten if you've split the box in half, this is not comparable at all. Half of the Dark Imperium box included a lot of Contagion, a floated Bloat Drone, 7 Plague Marines and 20 Poxwalkers, in addition to what you see in the Chosen of Mortarion box. And that's all for £7.5 more if you split the box in half cost-wise. This is insane. If you compare this to the Heroes of the Chapter box, you would have received a Gravis Captain, an additional 5 Intercessors, 3 Inceptors, and 5 Hellblasters. So there's also way more in the half of a Dark Imperium box than you are getting in this box in particular. Number 2, these exact same sprues were available in Warhammer Conquest, a Warhammer 40k magazine featuring lots of Space Marine and Death Guard sprues and units, so beginners could build both armies over the course of approximately 1.5 years, step by step. The magazine with the sprue cost £8 or 10 euros, and I would say the magazine was a special occasion type of deal, so demanding that GW sells these two sprues on their store for £8 is a stretch. But I think the price they cost at the moment, £45 and £37.5 respectively, is too much. Number 3, these sprues are very expensive but offer no options, no loadouts, no posing, no anything. These models are all easy to build and require a lot of tinkering to change posing. It's more work than it's worth in my eyes. Now on the other side, I see a lot of people defending these boxes and their pricing with arguments like, you know, just don't buy the box then, or dude, if you just calculate all the models together, it's way cheaper. Technically, you would be right, assuming every model in the box costs as much as the separate Plague Marine Champion or a Lieutenant, but you'd approximately save the cost of one model, but that's not comparable at all. Most don't need another Plague Marine Champion, they have enough. You can build a ton of them out of one Plague Marine sprue, like the regular 7 Plague Marines. Some just want the Plaguecaster or the Blightbringer. Some just want one of them, not both. Forcing your customers to dish out a ton of money for 3 easy to build models just because they are characters, quote unquote, is not the way to go at all, especially considering there are no extra costs for GW here at all. The models already existed, the designers who designed these models were already paid 3 years ago, and all they are doing is putting it into a new box and selling it for an insane price. Lastly, I'm not sure if I want to put on the tinfoil hat quite yet, but every new Death Guard player essentially needs this box. If you don't know, Death Guard have a new limitation. You can only have one Lord in your detachment. That includes Demon Princes, and basically every other model except the Plaguecaster or the regular Death Guard Sorcerer, which is the only alternative to this box. The fact that GW wants you to essentially pay £37.5 or $60 to play a battalion if you don't want the Terminator Sorcerer is insane and feels a little bit iffy. My advice for the Chosen of Mortarion box would be to not buy the box. Get a box of Plague Marines, you need them anyway, and convert one of them into a Blightbringer and the other one into a Plaguecaster, using some builds you might have lying around anyway. Let your wallet speak here. If you will keep buying either of these boxes like crazy, GW will keep pumping up the prices as they have been doing the past couple of years. Alright, then there is the Heroes of the Chapter box, which is also a Dark Imperium sprue as well. So no new molds, no additional design costs for GW, everything is easy to build and offers no posing or loadout options. You are paying £45 here or 60 euros or $75 for the following models: 5 easy to build intercessors, 2 easy to build lieutenants, and 1 easy to build ancient. I've seen a lot of people argument the same way they did with the Chosen of Mortarion box. Basically, this box is absolutely worth it because if you're paying way less than if you buy these models separately, and these people are basically calculating as follows. They're calculating half an intercessor box, which is not easy to build, so it's not comparable at all, but they are calculating 17.5 pounds, 2 lieutenants for 40 pounds, and an ancient where they just assume they cost as much as a lieutenant as well. So that would be 77.5 pounds in total. And that's the way they calculate. And then they say, well, it's way cheaper, man. You're saving a lot, which is not true. Please take a good look at the models included in this box. Everything is easy to build and nothing is particularly special. The calculation is scuffed in more ways than one. I would argue you could build your own heroes of the chapter box using just one singular intercessor box and finding one additional standard or flag somewhere in your bits box or buying it separately for 2 or 3 pounds. That's it. If you're in for just the ancient, just buy the Blade Guard ancient from Indomitus and run him as a normal ancient. If you're uncomfortable doing that, modify him. Put a regular helmet on, give him a bolter instead of the skeleton hand thingy, and you're set. And the lieutenants are basically just fancy intercessors. You could build 10 of them, like 10 lieutenants, out of one intercessor box if you paint the helmets correctly. The only thing they have going for them are the legs. That's literally it. No one needs to buy this box for just the 2 lieutenants, even though the 1 lieutenant with the power sword looks cool, but he's not worth the money. Listen, I have no idea what GW was thinking or doing here, and I wish we had a better explanation. But as we all know, GW never explains their pricing, and they probably never will. So my conclusion to all of that is that I wouldn't buy these boxes. Kit bash what you need for way cheaper and get on with using the saved money for cooler, non-easy to build models that are actually worth their money. Alright, thanks for listening. Please tell me what you think about these boxes and what I think in the comments below. And I'd also appreciate if you'd like or subscribe. And consider following me on Twitter or joining my Discord server for further discussions and feedback. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.